All righty. All right, welcome guys. I'm going to give it a few minutes here for people to roll in. We're doing this one a bit different. All right, this is going to be a live stream tonight. Okay, I got some real juicy ones for you today. And, you know, I'll start off by saying I hope everybody had a lovely day. All right, we're going to run this one just like a YouTube video. Okay, we're just going to do it live. I hope you guys enjoy. I do. Let me know if you guys are here. We see it first. How we feeling today? We feeling good? All right. Market's feeling good as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna point out, guys, there are some juicy fucking stocks that we're gonna go over in this video here. Yes, we're doing it live. Okay. Oh yeah. Well. Fuck yeah. Okay. There we go, guys. Okay, yeah, smacked Old Claw on Friday. You could have smacked it again. Smacked it right on its bare ass today. Okay, that bad boy went to 170. All right, guys. I would say we have a decent amount of people in here. I think it's time for us to start our video. Okay. All right, we're gonna run it back just like normal. We're running it back live. Okay. All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a darn stankin' lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into the TA. All right, guys, we'll kick it off here with SPY and QQQ. Go over the indices. We're going to go over the Mag 7 stocks. And then I have some juicy fucking names for you guys, okay? I got some nice trade ideas for you. And I hope you guys are killing it today. Some of the things we talked about in the weekly update, all right, straight up. They're mooning today, you know, quite a few of them, okay? So I hope you guys are having a lovely start to the week. We personally, you know, we caught TMC today. Got the 4-bagger to start off the week. MP, I didn't hold for the 200% something, but we did get 100% on that this morning. Not all too shabby. Okay, not too shabby, if I do say so myself. All right, but let's get into it, guys. Red day tomorrow, green day tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you that, okay? I'm not going to tell you that at all, but I am going to point out that the Mag 7 stocks as a whole right now, they're looking like they want to continue. Okay, I'll start it off with the chips over here. Guys, chips lead tech. Tech leaves the overall broad market there. Chips are looking like they want to rip. Okay, I'm not going to say Nvidia looks all too appealing. It looks like QQQ, but you have MU, you have TSM, you have Avgo. Avgo, the Avho. He's going to be going ho, 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 all the way to the rooftop. Okay, 374.23 incoming. All right, big bada boom, bop, bing, boop, down things coming over here on chips, guys. Okay, the fact that they're set up like that tells us the market probably is about to be dragged higher. All right, I'm just going to quickly review the Mag 7 stocks. All right, this is your ETF over here. You have Google looking like this thing wants to start running. You have Apple. It's not really doing all that much of anything, but we're sitting right underneath all-time highs. Amazon is even holding its own after you got this quadruple bottom look to you over here, which I'm just going to say I didn't think was going to hold. Tesla is even turning around. Meta over here is starting to catch a bid. Nvidia is starting to catch a bid. Microsoft looks just like Apple. Okay, they don't look all too bad. The focus of this is really just going to be that chips are going to be leading tech. That's just typically how that goes. Okay, I'm expecting that to be the case. Hang on one sec, guys. Hang on one sec. My keyboard just died. My bad. I haven't been home since earlier. All right, that's why we're doing it live today, guys, just so everybody can get the info that they need, and then we can have a nice night's rest and we can kill it tomorrow. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go over the levels over here. SPY and QQ, guys. We did end up pushing right into the golden pocket. So that was going to be where we were watching here. Now, we don't know if it's going to reject here. We really don't. We could just kind of use context clues. And the context clues that I'm seeing, they tell me that, yeah, we probably do return up to this high on VIX. We don't know when that's going to happen. Okay. IWM looks like it's probably going to push back up to the highs. DIA starting to catch a bid today. SPY QQ, we all saw. Okay. QQ is up 2% on the day. All right, it doesn't look all too bad to start off the week. It does not, like, the fact that we gapped up all the way here makes me think they're not going to take it back down to this low right away. Okay, so just understand that is probably going to be the case. I would not be looking for, you know, you to just slam back down to the low. It doesn't make sense to me. All right, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you know, the reason we sold over here, yeah, the guy literally walked it back 2 days later. So, you know, do I think we're going to come back down these lows? Probably not, honestly. Okay. But we're in the golden pocket. This is where you are expecting sellers. QQQ resistance, guys. We're talking 602.87. Today's high, guys, 602.95. If you do not know how to put these accurate levels on your charts to get your reactions, please take them. I have a video 5 days a week. You can legit take my levels every single trading session. Okay. Every single one. You could take them, you could use them, take them to the bank. All right, 602.87 above there, guys. We're talking 607.16. That's the level we point out in the weekly update. If we can reclaim 607.16, if we get over this bad boy, okay, you go straight to all-time highs. On the downside, we're talking 599.90. Today's low, okay, which is going to be right over here at 597.23. Underneath there, I'm just going to say we're cliff diving all the way back down to 591.06. There you go. Okay. Damn right. We are doing it live. Okay. All right. Coming over here to SPY, guys. You have a very similar look. Or right here at the moving average, you got them stacked. You have the 5 EMA, which is that red line. You have the white line, which is the 21 EMA, and that blue one right there, the bad boy right there, where we topped out today. That is your 9 EMA. We're now underneath there. They're stacked against you. This is where you clearly have supply. You're coming into the golden pocket. Okay, retracing most of that move down. You have the moving averages. You really just have to get above the 0.786 at 668.10. Okay, if you can get above there, you're probably going straight back to all-time highs. It's just like QQQ over here. You got 607.16 to watch. SPY, just watch the 0.618 fib here. The level that aligns with that is 667.34. Above there, we're talking 673.95. On the downside, we're actually just, you know, this level served the purpose today, okay? But now that we have new data, we're going to mark out today's session low. On the downside, we're talking 659.77, today's low. Underneath there, we're cliff diving, 654.30. Under there, you're going further down, 649.48, 639.85. That's where you broke out from over here. It's going to be a key spot, all right? I'm not saying you get down there. I made it pretty clear at the start of this that I don't personally think it makes sense for us just to fall flat on our face here. It's possible here. It is, but I'm telling you, the Mag 7 stocks, you know, they're starting to shape up here. And if chips are going to be, you know, doing what they're doing right now, I really doubt the market's going to be dragged down. I really do. The catalyst that brought the market down got reversed just like that, okay? And I'm pretty positive, no, China's not going to get a 100% tariff on November 1st. So, you know, take what he's saying with a grain of salt. You know, there's that. You can't do nothing about it after the fact, okay? But, you know, I am telling you guys, the market's probably just going to drag itself back up the highs. And, yeah, you know, people who finally wanted that, you know, massive correction there, it's, guess what? They got a whole bunch of disappointment again. There's that. I was personally really hoping we would just, you know, continue falling over here. I really was. You know, weekly 21 EMA. You want to end all this action here where we push up to new high and sell every single new high into the previous day's range. You want to end that action, okay? You got to wipe a lot of people out. I know that sounds really harsh, but, like, that's the leverage. The people who are complaining on Twitter, the people, you know, I'm sorry to say it, people took their lives. I understand. It's the markets. It's your livelihood. I understand. But that's why you treat it like a business. Okay. That's why you don't sit there trying to multiply your account every single week over here when the market's just going straight up like that. It's going to correct. It's guaranteed. It's going to correct at some point. Every 2 to 3 weeks, we typically get one. We'll say 3 to 4 just to be safe. I made it very clear. You don't want to be putting yourself in a bad spot. It doesn't matter what vehicle you're trading. I promise you're not getting anywhere in this game if you are risking getting wiped out on a market correction that happens once every few weeks, okay? Don't got to do that. SoundHound is one of the top watches we're going to talk about in today's video, okay? Damn straight. Sound is looking beautiful. Sounds about to rip faces. About to rip faces, okay? So that's SPY and QQ, guys. IWM doesn't look all too bad. It really does what we talked about in the weekly update. I don't care. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You could come back down here. We'd follow that path, okay? You could shoot up. We follow that path. You shoot up. You pull back over here to the 9 EMA. Test that bad boy again. We follow that path. You're going up to new highs over here. The thing's probably going to just keep moving. And, yeah, that's that. I don't think there's really all that big of a reason just to be a macro bear right now. I don't. What I will tell you is over here, VIX, we did end up getting that crush. I think we said 18.50 to 19 bucks. I thought that's what we'd get if we just kind of open where when I made the weekly update yesterday, it's where NQ was up 2 something percent. So there's that. Okay, it was about up 2%. If it opened there, we were thinking you're going to get a little crush. Now the fact that we did get up to this high, it's a change of character here. Okay, we come over the weekly time frame. You took out this high. You took out this high. Ever since, you know, this spike over here, you keep making these lower highs. This was the turning point. Okay, so while I don't think you're just going to skyrocket here this week, I think you're probably going to come down here, dance around a bit, and I think it's probably, you know, just like over here when you start finally breaking out. Like at some point, this thing starts a larger spike, and it's kind of telling you ahead of time, yeah, okay, it wants to do it. Doesn't mean it's going to go right now, but this is something we keep in the back of our minds. Okay, it's the same thing like, you know, QQQ over here. Come over the daily. All right. The fact that you made it this close to highs here told me to expect this dip to be bought over here. Well, where's the obvious spot it gets bought? The moving averages, your mean reversions. That's just how it goes. Okay. The fact that you pushed right up here told us if you pull back over here, okay, you have an equal high, it probably will be bought and revisited in, you know, it doesn't tell you when, but it's most likely not going to come down and retrace the whole move before doing that. That's what it tells you. Right over here, you didn't take out this high, you got so close, so it told us we're probably going up to that high in the short term. You know, so VIX over here, I know it's fading here, but the fact that this happened, it tells us that, hey, sometime it's probably going to be returning. I think it's going to happen after the government shutdown. I think the market goes higher by the time this government shutdown ends. And guys, if we come back over SPY and QQ, we pointed out, it was on this day right here, the government shutdown started. We know every time since I think it was like 1976, we've only had 5 or 6 government shutdowns. Every single time you ended higher. Okay. We were under here by quite a bit. Okay. 590. This is at 603. That's your discount. I thought we were going to get a bigger discount. I thought it was a big money play that was going to be going down. Okay. If we could just get this snap back down to the weekly 21 EMA here, if we could have gotten that, it would have been glorious. We would have had a nice 1 to 2 week rally right back up. We would have been able to take advantage of it. Why? Because that government shutdown, the longest one in history was 35 days. All right. We are now 13 days into this government shutdown, which means we probably only have 2 to 3 weeks left in it. If we were to get a correction this week, the following 1 to 2 weeks would probably be used to get prices back above this price. Okay. There you go. Straight up. All right. So I know you skipped to the equities. We're going to talk about the trade ideas. Okay. I know a lot of people don't like the indices. I love tracking the market. I like it. I hope you guys too. I hope you guys do too. Okay, but those are the indices. Let's quickly go over the Mag 7 stocks, guys. Mags ETF, it's catching a bit right back up. These don't look too bad at all. What happens if you fade these wicks? It's exactly what happened over here when the bears thought they were having a chance, and it was just a break and retest. This is your mean reversion after, you know, being apart from the 9 EMA for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Okay, it took 6 weeks for you to pull back into it. Now you're finding buyers. It's not the worst thing in the world. Google. I think this thing is probably just going to start putting, you know, it's probably going to start putting this stick in. You're probably going straight back to highs. All right. Above 244.84, we're talking 251.65, 256.70, and then 260. Okay. On the downside, if you do violate this low, 236.69, I think it's just going to be something minor. And we're going to find buyers in between the 21 EMA and the 9 EMA here. That's Google. Apple. In your worst case scenarios, you go a little lower. And then again, that government shutdown, you know, that the little stat we just shared, that's going to come into play. All right. You only have like 2 to 3 weeks left in it, most likely. And that's if it's going to be the longest one in history. So take the info with what you will. Okay. Treat it however you want. Trade however you want. No financial advice will be given here on this channel, but I will gladly share how things are shaping up continuously here on this channel. All right. So it's not a video, guys, so I don't know if the likes are going to help it, but please, guys, still remember to leave those likes. I'm pretty sure it might help it push it out to other people, but there's no thumbnail. So honestly, it's no biggie, guys. It's no biggie. Everyone just get your information today. Okay. That's Apple though, guys. We're pulling back. We talked about it. The further you get away from all-time highs, the deeper the discount. You have the 9 EMA sitting right below. Your support is 244.03. That's where your bounce last Friday. Okay, you came right down to it, and the low of day was 244. Well, guys, that's 3 cents off of our level. I'm telling you, if you don't know how to put on these accurate levels, just steal the levels. I promise. it's going to help you on the market. You need the accurate levels in order to see the reactions. You need to see the psychology of what's going on in the chart. So you need to see those reactions. To see the reactions, you need the levels. Steal the levels. Okay. Who's from LA here? Yeah, who is from LA here? Everybody share where you're from. I'm from Connecticut. All right. Now that we're live, let's see. Let's get to know the people. Okay. Get to know them. Powell speaks tomorrow around noon. Thanks for the info. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. There we go. There we go. All right. I got you with the longer swing trade ideas. I got you. All right. I share a few from time to time. Right here, RR was the most recent one over here. Okay. CRWV. I'm still sitting in my shares over here. CRWV. I still have my January calls. I took everything off besides January calls. I'm just sitting in here waiting for this thing to pay me. It really hasn't moved all that much, but you want longer term share plays? Okay, I got you with some. I got you in this video. Okay, there we go, guys. Shit, light it up. Light it up, guys. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Where you guys from? Hey, there we go. There's someone from Cali. Okay. A lot of people from Cali. Like that. Okay. What do I think about NVTS? I think the thing was set to explode, and the thing has absolutely exploded here in the after-hour session. The thing has gone nuclear. I'm going to point out some better opportunities in this video, though. Don't you worry. I got some charts that look just like this. Some things already started moving today, but I got one here that really hasn't gotten a big move, in my personal opinion, from what I'm thinking, okay? New York, I grew up going to New York, decently often over there. I had cousins in Long Island. I was over there all the time. I went to New York City all the time. I had people, in college. My friends were over in New York. There's that. But, really, the accent is Maine and Connecticut. I grew up going to Maine to see my grandma, so I'd spend a lot of time there, a lot of time on the farm. I just know for a fact 100% they talk like me and they're from Maine. I'm pretty positive that's a lot of where my accent comes from. But then I'm born and raised in CT, boy. I'm a CT boy. Okay. But I like NVTS. I do like it. Let's finish going over the Mag 7 stocks. Amazon, guys, against all odds, I'm just going to say, if you could take out 228.25, it's full on going to turn around. It's going to start chugging back to highs. Until that, I personally would not be touching this thing. There's not really a reason to. I'm going to point out so many better setups than this guy right here. This isn't a setup, okay? I'm going to point out so many better charts than this guy. Not a setup. It's just non-existent. Tesla, guys, over 443.13. All right, we're talking this high right over here at 453.55, and then you have 470.75, 488.54. It's shaping up nicely already. What happens when you have all this, all this bearishness here? What happens when a bearish setup fails? Okay, I'm not going to call this a bearish setup, but I am, you know what? I am going to call it a bearish setup. You got a head and shoulders pattern going on. The weekly over here very clearly shows bears are, trying to regain control. What happens when you wipe all of them? They're going to cover. Okay, and longs are going to hop on this thing and they're going to drive it into new all-time highs, and we're going 500 plus quick. Okay, so 443.13, that's your key level you have to break above. Meta, I'm still going to say, guys, this daily RSI is telling me that we're probably going through this process over here, and I don't know if they're going to slam you down to new lows like they did over here, but it looks identical to what you got going on right over here. Okay, can you guys see what I'm seeing right there? Right here. And what happened? You were putting in divergence. Over here, it's looking a bit different, and you didn't put in that divergence. You have a little one going on, but, it's not exactly like over here. I'm not sure if they're going to slam you down, but I am going to point out along this way, guys, if you see that daily RSI sitting down where it is, like this is where I'm telling you, we see 20 to 30 point bounces. All right, some of these days you just grind up. You don't get all that too much action. When you get oversold conditions like this, that's when you start getting pretty quick action. So that's all I'm really going to say here on Meta. Just wait for it to get the larger turnaround. If you want to have an easy time, 740.91, that's the level you got to get back above. Okay, Nvidia over here, guys, it looks just like the NASDAQ. It doesn't look too different to me. I can't really tell you, it gives you too much direction there, but we did just have a breakout, and we did just have the second break and retest off of our 184.48 level where we broke out from. This over here looks like this bad boy. Spoiler alert, it's going to rip. Okay. I'm not saying the video is going to rip, but typically when I see this happen, yeah, we normally start chugging them along, guys. If we come back down and we take out last week's low, we take out Friday's low here at 182.05, it's clip. okay, it's going to get a larger correction. It's going sideways again. But we just had all this sideways action get followed with the breakout. You had 2 months of consolidation followed by the breakout, got a break and retest. We haven't gone up to 200 bucks. We gapped up this week. Honestly, guys, get above 190, 105. I think it goes straight back to 195.62. I think we go 200 plus. Real quick, $250 Nvidia. Hey, I'll be damned. All right, what's that going to be? Well, we bang on the door, $6 trillion market cap. Shit. All right, there you go. DVLT, I will check it out after we go over our trade ideas. There will be a part of this video at the very end where I will take your ticker request. I know, crazy stuff, guys. It's going to be insane. All right, Microsoft over here, it's on the list of your stocks just to avoid. Just don't touch the name right here. It's not doing much of anything. It's not giving you any information to go off of, okay? I know you guys like the streams, okay? The streams, the YouTube algorithm does not like the streams, all right? I am streaming every single day, live every single day until 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? Market open, 12 to 1. I'm live just like we're doing right here, okay? Running through things quick right here. You can literally, you know, ask for ticker requests anytime. There's that, but that link is below, $80 a month, and you could do that. There is lifetime codes when I give them out. I give them out half, 50% off. So just wait on the next one. It'll be there. We can run it. We got, 10x on Oklo, a 9x on Oklo on Friday. We got a 4x today on TMC. I sold MP early, but the thing fucking went, over 200% on us. I sold at 100% there. I got out of most of that. But really, guys, I'm sorry, we can't do these live streams every I'm telling you, the YouTube algorithm does not reward these at all. And yeah, it doesn't help my cause. It does not help my cause of growing the channel. It genuinely doesn't. But when it's late at night here and I want to get the info out to the people, I will gladly hop on here and we'll hang out here and we'll do the normal YouTube video in this live stream manner. So just realize, surprise, okay, keep those notifications on, okay? They will be here, I promise. All right, first one we're talking today, guys, MP, okay? Don't give your ticker requests yet, give them at the end. All right, MP over here, guys, you had a big pop today, okay? You had a big pop. You would have liked to get in on Friday there with us, but you also could have just gotten off the open today, 86 bucks, and the thing had over a 10-point move, trough to peak. Nuts action right here. I think it's going to continue. I gave $100 as our target there in the weekly update, and I think we're going to blow that thing out of the freaking water, okay? I'm currently out, but yeah, I think it's going to continue. Congratulations if you nailed this guy, okay? Congratulations. What's the best play for this week? I got you, okay? TMC, if you already didn't hit it, this was the best play, and I think it's going 12 to 13 bucks, and I think... yeah, we go. Let's look at it this way. We hit the 4-bagger today on the 1017 calls. All right, 1121 calls. I think we're gonna hit 150, 200%. You just got to give me 12 to 13 bucks, okay? But either way, TMC over here, guys. All right, rare earths. All right, precious metals, whatever you want to call this theme, it's popping. Okay, it's popping right now. This is what's hot. Okay, I gave you this bad boy right over here. Where are we? We got the USAR. I gave you before the breakout, on the breakout, during consolidation here, and now the thing is just mooning over here. I'm telling you, the whole team is just going nuts. Okay, it is going nuts. Nah, straight up. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I eat, sleep, and breathe the market. All right, I had a day with my girl today, and we kind of, I nailed things this morning. I didn't see a reason to stick around. If the guys, people overtrade in this market. I'm no noob to overtrading. Okay, you guys are no noob to overtrading. Anybody who's been trading the market, there are going to be times where you do have a habit of overtrading. It's our job as traders to make sure that is not consistently being the case. Okay, so if you nail it in the morning, do not feel bad for walking away for the day. Okay, the market's job is to take your money. It's guaranteed. The more chances you give it to do so, the more chances it has to do so. Okay, so just realize that's the thing. Yeah, so I haven't been home all day. I wasn't scanning the markets all day, but I'll tell you, no, I was checking every single, pretty much every 5 minutes. Nah, maybe every 15 minutes. I do eat, sleep, and breathe the market. It is my life. Okay, so no surprises there. There is that over there. I do hope you guys enjoy these videos. I do try and share the best ideas every single video. I really do. All right, QS guys, we've been talking about this bad boy over here ever since you broke out, right over here, guys. Okay, 1503, that was your breakout level. Well, now you've been basing out above it for a week and a half, pulled back to the 90 EMA, and it's about to shoot to the moon. We're about to break over 1777, and we're probably going straight to 20 bucks. Okay, so I'm currently in this one over here. I'm shooting for 20 plus. I think we're probably going to get it over here. I think we get another, decent move this week. That's 16% you got off that one. That's 25% you got off that one. I'm just pointing out red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle. Let's hit it with the green candle. Breakout, expand the weekly candlestick. Let's see if we can get 20 bucks. It's a 15% move. Okay. There's new live videos. You always got cool. Hey. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Fancy seeing you here. Okay. I see you every day. Yeah. All right. QS, guys. That's QS. TSM. I talked about chips at the beginning of the video. I think chips over here, if you want to talk to big boys, if you want to trade the big boys instead of these speculative names I'm feeding you, all right, TSM, MU, they're likely about to be popping up to new highs. I like TSM better. I think TSM is the one that has ran less. You have ran quite a bit after breaking out here, but we can also see MU. Oh, shit. The thing never pulled back. I guess they kind of both look the same. All right, I gave you TSM over here. I gave you MU this day right here. It was this day right here we entered. Okay, you guys have been fed these things on a silver platter here in these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying this market. As frustrating as the market is sometimes, guys, I'm just gonna say I fucking love this market. Okay, I was a little peeved on Friday. I'm literally sitting in the woods, man. I'm sitting in the woods. I'm right before where I know for a fact I'm about to lose service for the next like half hour of this walk. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? And I'm sitting there. I'm not cutting anything. Bang, you go down for that second leg. I'm like, shit. I saw things that were up, over 50%, just coming back to break even. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Straight up. Okay, straight up. It's frustrating. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm telling you, opportunities like this, they've been absent. Okay, I've been trading this market for years, and like there are cycles in the market. And I'm telling you for a fact, we are in a hot one. Take advantage while it's here, okay? We're going to... Plug is good. Plug is real good. That's actually one we're going to talk about in this video, okay? I will cover it next just for you, my friend. Just for you. All right? But, real talk. I'm telling you guys, it is a hot market here. Do not let the people scare you out of trading what you see, okay? I'm a big component, or a proponent. Yeah, I think that's the word. Okay, either way, it sounds like that. There's a word for it. I know what I'm talking about. All right, but I'm big on that. Okay, trade what you're seeing, not what the market wants to tell you that's about to happen. They're fucking wrong every time. We've been right on the channel. You've been right if you've been following along with us on the channel. Guess what? Don't do the thing that the people been wrong doing. I don't even know how long now. Okay, it's been since the fucking bottom. There's that. There is that. Okay, but yeah, MU, TSM, these are the big boys that I'm thinking are probably about to be popping back up the highs. Plug over here, I do like it. You pulled back to the 90 EMA, consolidated there for 2 sessions. If you do take out last week's high, I think this will go up for its next leg. I don't think it's going to reject. Okay, it's the same thing, the red candle, you're fading it. You're fading that bearish setup there. Well, that's when you get the continuation most of the time. That's just typically how that goes. So I do like it. It's not something that I'm going to be trading, but it was something I was going to point out as a general idea at the end of this, but it's not at the front of the list. The other ones I'm giving you right now, front of the list, Sound Hound AI. We'll talk about SoFi in a sec. Please do not spam the chat. I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. There we go. I don't know how to ban someone. I do not. But I would love to, because someone is spamming the fucking chat. Can you fucking stop? Oh my God, how do I stop that? How do I do this? All right, I give up. He can spam. He could be a dickhead all he wants. SoFi, you know what? Just because you want to be a dickhead, guess what? No SoFi for you. We're not going over SoFi in this video. Get fucked. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Don't mess with me. I'm kidding, guys. I got jokes. I do. We're still going over SoFi. Don't worry. But still, don't do that in my chat. I greatly appreciate it. Just respect my wishes. I try and feed everybody equally here, okay? There you go. Oh my God, there's more. I take it back. There's not a fucking chance we're going over SoFi. You're such a dickhead. And I hope you do not watch my channel consistently. I hope you get off of it. Sound, guys, 1933. We are about to be pushing, okay? 1933 above there, we're talking 2008. You take out 2008, this thing squeezes, okay? Above 28, we're talking 2285, 2498. I think you go straight to 2498, okay? I don't see sound calls coming in pretty much ever. They have started loading some sound calls. That's kind of crazy, okay? Already went over TSM, went over MMU, NNE, okay? We pointed this out in the weekly update here. It looks like pretty shit there, but guess what? You're fading that bearish candlestick, okay? I'm not talking about, fading to the downside. If you have a bearish candlestick, fading means you're going to the upside. You're taking out. You're getting everybody stopped out here, okay? Above 60.51, guys, I'm talking 70 plus. I'm talking this thing's probably going to hit it with a big-ass week. Okay, you had a 20% day today. What happens when you hit it with a 30% day? These names over here, especially the smaller cap names over here, $2 billion market cap, okay? They could pull out these 20, 30% days. That's $70. I'm not saying it goes straight there, but I'm thinking this is going to be continuing this move. All right, NNE, RCAT. I pointed this one out over here when we were, sitting right there at 1527 resistance. I was hoping we returned back down to low 13s. I actually forgot about this one, so I did not take advantage of this. But I did point out the low 13s when we were sitting up here at $15, and I said that was your entry point. You're now bouncing off of there, and I'm sorry, you're now back to 15, so you did miss it, just like myself over here. It's okay. The market was pretty hectic on Friday. There are so many plays over here. You do not need to worry about missing one, okay? BBAI, we will talk about BBAI. But RCAT, guys, it's likely about to be exploding, okay? I don't know if it's just going to be a one-day pumper over there, okay? And then, bang, you come down to earth. Not sure, but I'm looking for a decent move over here on RCAT. So above 1670, I think we have a shot at pushing $19-20 in the short term. I'm really liking how this thing is shaping up, and I think this thing could really move. This has under a $2 billion market cap. It can move. ONS. I'm just going to point out a bunch of charts right now that look exactly like this, okay? ONS. Likely going to be taking out the high. I'm not telling anybody to trade this name, but I am telling you it's probably going to be taking out the high in the short term. Bitfarms, okay? Oh, you went freaking crazy today. You went crazy. Oh, SoFi dickhead back. Piece of shit. Okay? It's spam in the chat. What a piece of shit. That's okay. Okay. BitF, you hit $6 in the after hour session. I think I told you, I was telling it on the live stream this morning to Discord, or is in the weekly update. I was telling you, I think it's going to be $6 pretty quick on this dip. So there's that. Yo, do you find like enjoyment in that shit? Like real talk. Do you enjoy being a fucking waste of space in my fucking comment section right now, you piece of shit? I hate people like this. Why are you being a dickhead? Nah, I can't. I'm like trying to click on it right now, and it's not even doing that. Real talk. I'm not a mean person, guys, but you want to be a dickhead to me? Yeah, I'm just going to be a dickhead right back. Okay, you want to spam a chat? I'm going to tell you what a waste of space you're being right now, okay? Don't be a dickhead. Like, just don't. I'm not a mean person. You don't have to try and make me say mean things. You don't. Okay? Don't be a dickhead. All right? Like, I just don't even, I don't know. I don't like the chat being spammed. I like talking to you guys. I don't want to talk to the person who's clearly just not being, yeah, I don't care if you asked about SoFi, dude. Everybody asks about tickers every single video in the comments. Do I get to all of them? No. You get a chance for me to cover them this video, and you want to be a dickhead. Guess what? You're proving that you're a dickhead. Okay? No, I'm not going to cover your stock if you keep being a dickhead. There's not a fucking chance. Okay? That's how that works. That's how life works. Okay? Don't like it? Well, guess what? Get used to it. It's life. ASTS, guys, consolidating over here at 91.41. That's the level to break. Above there, we're talking $100. Okay, you're in 92 in the after-hour session. You already got a breakout. Probably going to be gapping up overnight here. I'm thinking 100 plus is incoming in the short term. Okay, that's ASTS. Rocket Lab. All right, Rocket Lab over here, pulling back the daily 9 EMA as we speak. Okay, we talked about this in the weekly update. If we do get this pullback, expect to just tag the 9. Okay, and then we're probably going to be pushing back up the highs. Before this move started, I had a plan over here. We're going to get 3 to 4 entry points. I currently took profits on the first one. I'm be loading 1121 calls. There were 1017 calls. I'm be loading 1121 calls on this 9 EMA test. If we get one more down day, I am not sure if that's going to be the case. So I'm just going to say we might not get it. Okay. But I'm thinking we're probably going to have the sideways action before you start going vertical. We get another shot at it, okay? That's Rocket Lab, okay? There we go, okay? You. Hey, dickhead in the comments, guess what? You're still a waste of space. Guess what? No one likes you. Guess what? You are finding enjoyment staying in a place that no one likes you. Get the fuck out. There's that, okay? Oh, you're staying because I'm mad? That's fine. I'm not actually mad. I'm just calling you a piece of shit. There you go. Okay. Guess what? We're here in CT. We talk a lot of shit. You little dickhead piece of shit. All right. You pushing up to new high, guys. 25.69 above there. I think this thing's going to $30. All right. I thought we were going to get this pull back to the 9 EMA. Of course, the market decided to gap up. This thing had another 20% move. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Do we still like CRWV? We do still like CRWV. Yes, we do. PLTR. All right. No brainer in the house over here, guys. We have 3 inside weeks compared to this bar over here. We are seeing these bodies print inside this body right over here. 3 weeks in a row. We'll see if we get a 4th one, but at some point, this thing just snaps back. You know, real talk. It just snaps back. Now, I'm trying to block them right now. It literally does not. I have a back, I have a forward, refresh, and view page source button. That is what pops up over here in my little chat box thing we got here. Okay. There is that. So I wish I could block someone, but I unfortunately don't have the option to do that, which is unfortunate. Okay. USAR, I'm not gonna pitch it as a trade idea here, but I do think it's gonna keep going, guys. I do. CRWV, we do still like CRWV over here on the weekly chart, guys. It did show strength compared to SPY and QQ last week. All right. And it's not, you know, I'm not going to say it's doing anything crazy today. It's really not with what the market's doing. It's not up all that much. Okay. You'd think it would be up more than 2%. If the NASDAQ's up 2%, is what it is. Okay. Is what it is. Now, that's what I'm on the chat window right now, guys. I'm in there. I can't do anything. At least I might. Well, I'm not in YouTube Studio. I am in OBS right now. That's where I see my chat box. I don't do too much of this live stream on YouTube here. I live in, you know, Discord there. But, you know, real talk, I don't do this whole YouTube live thing. So I am a noob over here. And if anybody, I'll just watch a video, okay? But I got to figure out how to do a private live stream on YouTube, because the Discord does not let too many people in, and we need to let more people into the live stream every morning. So I got to figure out how to set that thing up. Okay. But yeah, CRWV, guys, it's hugging against the 9 EMA right now, guys. You're just watching 153.20. You get above 153.20, it goes. That's all I'm really going to say on that one. Okay. That's it for my trade ideas today. Okay. There's actually a few more we could go over, guys. We could go over. There's some names I skipped around. All right. Cypher over here, I point out we have a lot of charts just looking like this. They're probably going to keep going. Okay. You got Atria over here. It started popping off the 9 EMA here. You got 1279 above here, guys. Oh, 1392. If you test this level again, 1392, you have a 1, you have a 2, you have a 3. You very unlikely are going to have a quadruple top, a quadruple bottom. I know Amazon is doing what Amazon's doing. I know. Okay, you had a 1, you got a 2, 3, you hit it with a 4, and you're actually bouncing. Okay, I'm telling you, most of the time that's not going to be the case. Okay, if you push back up this high and you break that, this thing actually goes 16 plus real quick, right then, right there. Probably going to get more of a move. You're probably getting a move just like this. Okay, it's going to be some crazy shit. That is an AS. No, I'm being distracted, dude, by this freaking Adrian Green, the dumber dickhead, dude. that is that. Okay. But yeah, ACHR. And this is why we don't do live streams, because people on YouTube are little children. And that's just how it works. Now, I'm not talking about, 99.9%, but I guarantee, if there's children out there in the world, I get them in the fucking comments. So there is that. Hive is cooling off. It's not moving with its brothers, BidF over there. But yeah, it's probably not going to be too long until this pushes back up the high. What I am going to point out is Hive and BidF here, both are breaking out of big ass bases here. BidF, if you took out this high, you win another 40%. Okay. What happens if you take out this high over here? If we go 40%, I don't know if you do it straight away like that, but that would be bringing you to $10. All right. So that is BidF. Okay. We can go over LLY. Yes, we can. Okay. But let me just finish going over these because I have a list here and I keep jumping around because people are requesting things. And yeah. Let me just finish my list, and I got you guys. I got you. Don't worry. RR. Okay. I pointed out over here, I personally took off 50% of my shares, and I'm just going to ride this one out. I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to see if we can catch a move all the way up here, a $12 breakout. It's going to be a big base breakout. If we can catch it, the theme has not started moving yet. You're still under $1 billion market cap over here. Now, RR, I think it's going to be popping off, but as far as options go, I'm holding shares there. As far as options go, I like SCRV better. Okay. I pointed out I like SCRV on, this pullback over here for a catch-up trade. It had a 30% day. You now had another big pullback here. Okay. Reversion to the mean. You're getting bought up. Okay. Real talk, this is probably just getting back up this high. All right, I'm just gonna mark out that high, 1790, guys. You get above 1790, it's coming to 1942. That's that gap. Then $20. QBTS, it was coiled up. Okay, you're now popping up to a new high. Look at the weekly chart. This thing is probably going to expand that weekly candlestick. I'm expecting more green this week. I'm talking we can get a few 10 to 15% days going here this week alone. What's one that you see how this over here on this consolidation, you popped a new high. This consolidation, you popped up a new high. What is not popped up a new high? QUBT. Okay, this thing looks to me like this is probably going to be the next big runner over here as far as quantum goes. I pointed out to you when you had your wedge break, okay, right over here. And then you have this beautiful inverse headed shoulders breakout right over here. You actually hit it with the break and retest. That is where we started playing it over here. This thing is now ran massively, okay? It is ran absolutely massively, but it still has gone nowhere at the same exact time. All right. Yes, quite a freaking move from where we first pointed it out. But in terms of the quantum theme, all right, just look at what these other guys are doing. All right, let's actually come over the daily time frame. I'll just make it real clear. Okay. RGTI, IonQ. Like, just look at this beautiful baby. 25% at the highs. QBT happened to hit it with 2 offerings here. I don't think they're going to hit it with the third. I think this is setting up for a big move here. And I think if you do take out 24 again, I think this gets up to 27.15 and starts that massive move. And then we get 30 plus. Okay. Current price, 21.46. We're talking shares. I just talked about a 40% move that you can capture. There you go. That's QUBT. Run. I gave it to you on the breakout over here. Hit it with the break and retest twice now, and you're back up to new highs. You're now at the first target. You actually hit it there, when you broke out there. But yeah, above here we're talking 22.26, 23.85. Okay, and then you have a larger move coming. Poet over here, guys. Break and retest off 779. That's where you just broke out from. It's looking pretty smexy to me. Daily 9 EMA right here. On the upside, we're talking 941, $11, and then 1280. There you go. That's all you got to do. All right. Set your alert. 941. You see that breakout. This thing can move. Okay. It can move quite a bit. It's got a smaller market cap. Okay. Under $1 billion market cap. Henry Pumper. You got Henry Ruggs and you got Henry Pumper. There we go. Yo, DD, wee. Dude, why do people have to spam chats? Why do you have to find amusement in spamming a chat? I don't understand. Like, now I cannot see what anybody else was saying, and it defeats the purpose of the fucking stream. Yeah, damn. Yeah, but everybody blocked that dude. I mean, we're getting to the end of it anyway, so, no worries, guys. We're at a 43-minute stream. So there's that. I'm gonna go watch our show with my girl after this. That's why we're doing a stream here. We got home late, and if I was to edit, this would actually be out in another 30 to 40 minutes after we hit the stop streaming button here. Okay. Just bought Can. Thanks. What is Can? Are we talking Canu? CAA? Oh yeah, we are. No, that's not the ticker I was thinking. What is that? What is the crypto ticker that used to be Can? Did they delist the name? They might have. They might have. Rick Dick, you suck dick. That's what that is. Okay, that's your name. Okay, Rick Dick, sucker dick. That's you, buddy. That is you. I hope you like that. All right. Yeah, Can honestly looks pretty juicy over here, guys. It does look pretty juicy. You know, I even want to go over SoFi, but now because we had that guy in here, I'm just not going to go over SoFi. UNH, guys, pull back to the 9 EMA. You got the moving averages over here. Straight up, it's probably going to start pushing back to the highs. You barely got to move off the breakout here. Very likely going to begin that move. 400 plus. Okay. If you can take out last week's high, we're just going to mark that out. You got just about to the first target there. All right. Just going to move it above 376.22, brings 393.11. 400 and then 409.70. Okay. Now I did want to do a tick request here. I do see quite a bit. Okay, so we're gonna start. You know, I please guys just respect and don't do the spamming. You know, real talk. There's no reason to do that. We are all humans here. We all should be adults here if we're trading the stock market. We don't need to act like children. Okay, we do not. We're all here for one reason here, and that's to learn about the stock market and what's going on right now. Okay, to see how we could be making our money in the stock market. Okay, there's no reason to be doing that. Okay, so there is that. How is Grab looking? Grab over here pulled back to the moving averages. Okay, and you lost them. It doesn't look all too pretty. I personally would not be touching it right now. I think you're probably just going to pull back into this area here in between 21 and the 9 EMA. Base out and then start pushing back up. So while I don't think it looks terrible, I think you're probably going to go through this little basing process here around these moving averages, which means it's not going to be moving in the short term. It's not a guarantee it's not going to be moving in the short term. It's just, you know, you can't do nothing about it. Okay. Like that's just, it's not going to be moving right now. It's likely not going to be doing anything. I personally wouldn't be sitting in over other things personally. Okay. Lift. We can look at Lift. I did see it start lifting off last week there. Hold right back, 9 EMA test. Oh, look at that. You know, when we were sitting up here, guys, that's when we drew this arrow. It was right there on that day. And what happened? Oh, did we come back down to the 9 EMA? Damn right we did, guys. Damn right. All right. And it's okay. I'm sorry, Rick. I don't appreciate any spamming. There was just someone doing over here. I think we scared him off over there. I think he realized that, oh, yeah, you can't just spam a chat and expect people to like you and then have the person, you know, who you want to review the ticker. I don't think he's going to review the fucking ticker if you disrespect him. It's just not going to happen. Sound over here, if anybody was not in the live for the Sound idea, this is top watch this week. Sound, you're watching for this move right here. All right. We'll have a 50% off lifetime code if we get over a 5-bagger here on Sound. Only if we get it. We will see if we get it. BBAI, I've seen a few of those. We can cover BBAI. All right. The weekly chart, it's looking pretty sick. Daily, oh, it's looking crazier. Okay. You had a 20% day today. You had this big old consolidation here. It's underneath the highs. You're very likely about to push back up the highs. 1036. Above 1036. All-time highs is $16. Okay, there you go. Rick, yo, I swear, dude, people gotta fucking hate you. I swear to God. Okay, I don't like being mean. I don't. But like, guaranteed, you act like that in person. Let's look at it this way. You're standing in line for something like that. I guarantee there's someone like me who's gonna be sitting like somewhere around you. And the worker's not going to step in. And someone like me is either going to start disrespecting you and talking down to you, or they're going to want to just punch you in the face. Okay? Why do people want to be dickheads? We know you don't act like this in real life. We know you'd get clocked in the fucking mouth if you act like this in real life. Like, why you got to do this dickhead shit on the internet? What a piece of shit. All right? Bull if possible. Bull does not look good in my personal opinion. Just putting it out there. Okay? Good evening from Florida. My man. My man. Okay, I like it. APP, I started seeing a bunch of calls coming today. You got a bunch of them. They're short dated. You got 11/7 expiration. You got, I think it was 10/17. Could be wrong. It might be 10/31. Okay, but there's that. Yeah, bull over here, guys. I'm just gonna tell you, 5x the IPO volume over here. Okay, or it might have been a little bit more, but you know, you have quite a bit times the IPO volume that happened when this thing really, you know, took off over here. You also have a bunch more volume than the heaviest day after that. Okay. I don't care what the price does over here. Anything underneath this low, discount. Okay. Someone or players, multiple players thought this was, you know, ideal enough of a price for them to do this. If you go to the intraday charts, you could see what really caused the spikes. Okay. And that was the buys. Okay. This thing's going to be making a move. I don't know when it's going to be making a move, but I can tell you someone just accumulated the shit out of the shares right there. Okay. So any price underneath there or in this area, I deem as discount. I don't care about the technical analysis on the stock. That's just what I'm telling you the players are doing with the money. Okay. That's bull. All right. What else we got? All I see is Rick Dick over here. All right. Let me see. People are asking about open. We could talk about open here. Open, I think open is clip. I personally, I sold most on Friday there, right when I started seeing the sell there. I was just pretty quick. I was not going to sit through that shit. So there was that. Lunar, there's that. But yeah, open over here, guys. It lost the 21 EMA. You were finding buyers over here. I'm just going to point out, you have not lost 2 days in a row, the 21 EMA this whole entire time. You got to close under right here. You got you reclaimed it the next day. You got to close under here. You reclaimed it the next day. Over here, you got to close. You got to close under. Open might be clip, and it might need a catalyst to really ignite this momentum again. Okay, so that is that. Endbiz. Holy shit, there's a lot of tickers. Okay, this is craziness. Craziness, guys. All right, Endbiz. It looks like you probably just want to continue grinding up to the highs. Okay, you're kind of in the same spot where you're pushing up to previous resistance there. It's just like over here. You're probably going to be pushing over the coming sessions. Okay, if you take out previous sessions high at 141.10, 150 plus is possible. Okay, I'm going to take 5 more and I'm going to hop off here. Okay, I saw a lot of BT. I'm going to see what do we got, guys. Let me see your ticker request. I'm going to see which ones can spam the most, okay? Do not do multiple. Oh, fuck. Rick stepped in again, guys. Rip stepped in. All right, we got HIMS. We got DFLI. I don't know what it is, but, you know, because I like you, here you go. DFLI, pulled back to the 9 EMA. While it's definitely not a ticker I'd be trading over here, it does look like it wants to push back up the highs. At the end of the day, it's a momentum ticker, and it's going to have the momentum until it stops. Okay, if you now take out this low over here, momentum is probably out of the stock. Then don't touch it. As long as that's not the case, the thing probably is going to keep riding higher. Above 171, you got 228. Okay, APLD over here. I actually had a ticker request. I had 2 ticker requests this morning for APLD. I personally wouldn't be touching it over here. Monthly chart shows a big ass breakout. Weekly and daily chart shows extended here, which makes me think they're going to consolidate you here and build out some sort of base right here at this monthly high. Okay. So monthly time frame, higher time frame suggests much more upside is likely coming. Weekly and daily suggest we can consolidate here, and that consolidation is likely going to be bought. That's APLD. LLY, because I've seen a few of those. Okay. We will talk about it. Okay. Pulling back into the 9 EMA as we speak. You did reject the golden pocket here, okay, as expected. That's always where you're going to expect rejection in the golden pocket. All right, now what you're going to do is mark out last week's high. That's 864.35. You're going to set alert for 864.35. If that gets hit, this move happens, okay? You trade that move. While it's over here, okay, right here in the middle area, not giving you all that much. Okay, you could buy it here. You're in between the 9 and the 21 EMA here on the daily time frame. But if you happen to pull over here to the weekly 5 EMA or the 9, okay, just into these shorter term moving averages, that's the opportunity that I'm seeing here on this chart. Does not mean it's going to come, but that is your discount. That is what I'm seeing. As far as, you know, the daily over here, you're going to expect it to be bought over here, but I'm just going to point out how this ticker trades. A lot of the time, like, you know, if you do take out that 21 EMA, and if we do come down and, you know, if we do that, we're testing the 5 EMA, you could look at what happens when you lose it. Okay. Sometimes you bounce. Okay. Let's see if you even, yeah, sometimes you bounce, but most of the time you don't even touch it. And when you get a close underneath it, that means you're, you know, it's going sideways, or you're going to be, you know, seeing a larger correction. So that's how I'd be, you know, approaching it here. I really would just wait for you to see this. Okay. If you can see this high be taken out, you're probably going to be able to catch that move here. You're probably going to get an impulsive move here, a quick one, get some consolidation, and you get another quick one to all-time highs. That's personally what I would be trading here if you missed this breakout right over here, if you missed that big day. Okay. ESNQ, go back to the start of the stream and you can, yeah, you could just look at that. Yeah, you know what? I will give you some levels there because I like what you're saying, okay? It's looking beautiful. It's looking beautiful over here. The level you're going to set your alert at is 25,127, okay? If you get over there, probably go back to all-time highs. This looks like it wants to continue pumping, guys. This is up another 0.5% overnight. QQQ is up another 0.5%. Okay, another, you know, 0.4. Like, we're probably going up to all-time highs. We probably are. And then as far as ES goes, all right, it's the same thing. I'm not going to give specific levels here. I'll point one spot out. It's right here, but it's right around that spot. 6754. Send an alert. If it gets tested, you're probably coming back up to highs. That's all I'm going to say on these. The actual, you know, if you want to follow along with the TA, I did go over SPY and QQ at the very beginning of the video. They move exactly like ESNQ. Do I have an actual time frame or not? I don't know on what, but there's that. Cost. I'm seeing a lot of cost. I am seeing guys, you guys are spamming. Holy Jesus. Like I'm telling you guys, the spamming does not help me want to cover your ticker. I'm promising that. Okay, we got 3 more we're going to take a look at. I'm seeing Wolf. We already went over Path. It's earlier on in the video, but I will sum it up right here for you, okay? You're watching 1593. You are finding buyers over here. You're probably going to be continuing. You had a big breakout over 1593, okay? If you retest that, expect buyers. You don't have to test that, though. This is now, you know, I think it's a year and a half. Yeah, year and a half of consolidation just now starting to break out on the heaviest volume you've had the whole time. If not, since the inception of this ticker, you had the heaviest volume day over here on this breakout. This is very likely going to continue. That is Path, okay? I already went over APLD. We're not going to go over ELF. PayPal. We go over PayPal because that's an interesting looking chart right there. What the heck is going on PayPal, guys? What the heck is going on? If you see a stock do this, do not touch it, okay? If you see a stock have a big-ass move and then you return to the scene of the crime in an impulsive manner here, sometimes it could be a break and retest. When you have gone this far away from something and get slammed back into it, yeah, it's probably not going to be acting as a break and retest. I wouldn't be touching PayPal. If anybody is, you know, still just long this name, I don't think there's a reason to. I genuinely don't. Doesn't mean it's not going to get bought up here. It does not mean that at all. But you are very clearly still going through a sideways period, and that's just going to continue until it stops. And that's PayPal. ARM, I fucking love the ticker. I love it so much. We're going to all-time highs. That's where this name is going. This thing has been faking people out for quite some time, myself included. I thought over here, okay, I remember this was my first in my new apartment over here, the one I'm living in right now. This was my, you know, first big trade over here in the apartment. I remember it. I was, you know, someone actually asked about this today. It was also ticker quest. You know, if you guys want, I'm live every single day. The link is always down in the lower. I don't really, you know, I don't post on my Twitter about it or, you know, be a dickhead about posting my service or nothing. But if you want to come do live streams and if you want unlimited ticker requests and, you know, whenever you want help with something in the market, I'll be there. All right. It's $80 a month. The link is down below and I'm here every day. You could try it out. Leave in a month if you don't like it. It's $80. It's what, 4 hours of work? Okay. If you're getting 20 an hour, it's not too bad. Okay. I'm 26. ARM though, guys, this does look like it wants to head back up to all-time highs. I think we finally are done with the games over here on this name. This has built out quite a bit of structure. You can see it over here, clear as day on the monthly time frame. This is a massive base that's going to bring a massive move. I'm going to be here for the move. That's ARM. Okay. We got one more ticker, guys. One more ticker. All right. Look at ARM and after hours. What the heck is it doing? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. What the fuck is that? Oh, it went to all-time highs. Oh, my God. My neighbor's got to hate me. It's 10 o'clock. Oh, hot. Damn, man. I knew it was going to all-time highs. Shit. Yeah. There you go. Well, there it is. There it is. Hymns. We're not going to go over hymns just because nothing's really, nothing's going on with the name. Until it breaks out of that consolidation, it's not. Once it does break over here, okay, break over 60.55, just set your alert. Okay, set it and forget it. Set the alert. If it gets hit, that's when you start taking advantage of the name. All right, or you do your best and you load up in consolidation here in hopes that you get that breakout and then you can catch that move. Or you just wait until the momentum's actually in the name and you're breaking out all this consolidation. This really hasn't moved anywhere in a month. It's likely bringing a much bigger move. Okay. I've seen a lot of Wolf. We could check out Wolf. We could also check out Lunar. Oklo, it's going higher. Likely going higher. Lunar over here, guys, I honestly don't like it all that much. You did reject this high over here. I think it's prob from the looks of it. It either goes like that or it pulls back here. Kind of does that action, okay? That's what I'm thinking over there on Lunar. I think it's going to, continue reverting back to the mean there, and it probably builds something out here around here. And if it can consolidate right underneath, all right, 1370, that's picture perfect for that eventual breakout. That is Lunar, okay? All right, guys, we did go over those 5. I got 2 bonus ones for you guys right now. VST, just because it's one, it was on my list and I forgot to name it. All right, but it was on the list that I wanted to share with you guys earlier. VST, guys, it looks like this thing wants to push up and break, this high right over here at 219.82. Okay, 220 plus incoming above there, 230 plus. This is a massive base that's building out for so long now, right at all-time highs. This has been over 3 months, 3 to 4 months, all-time highs incoming. Okay, that is actually the last name I'm going to cover. Okay, besides Oscar. I got you right here. Oscar, push him back up. Congrats if you caught this guy with me and took your profits into highs there. It was beautiful. Okay, now you fully gave back the move. Personally, when a stock does this, I'm not interested in trading it. It gave back the whole move. That's a momentum derailer. Okay, so while I do think it is going to have this big breakout, I think it's going to require time. Okay, and it's the last ticker I'm going to be going over, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. And I really hope everybody had a lovely day today. It was a banging market day. I know Friday was Friday, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And as a trader, it's your job to maneuver around what the market's giving you. Okay, and you trade what you are given. That is that. Fucking swim, dude. You got to be the one to regret SoFi, dude. There was a dickhead earlier spamming my chat. Yes, swim, just for you, because I love you. We'll go over SoFi. Of course, Swim. Of course. I miss you. And Alex, we were talking about you the other day. Well, Alex asked about you, and I said that I haven't seen you in a while, Swim. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing very well. Okay? And thank you guys. Thank all of you guys. You guys are great fucking people. All right? I appreciate you guys. I do. SoFi, likely going to be pushing back up the high. Swim, you got to be having a field day. A field day. Do you remember this thing over here? Oh my God. The thing is finally back up to all-time high. I miss you too, Swim. Okay. If you still got me on Discord, reach out to me on Discord and you can join the Discord. All right. I miss you as well. I do. But yeah, real talk, guys. SoFi, breakout, all-time highs. You see this right over here. We broke it. We broke the level. We're now consolidating. We're building out a base right at the previous all-time highs. It's very likely going higher. If it happens to get knifed here, it's going to retest this level over here. That's if it gets knifed, comes back down here, big opportunity. Do I think it gets back down there? No, I do not. I think this is very likely going to push out of this base. And I think this month, it's likely going to take out 30-30 and it continues. Okay. Those are the thoughts on SoFi, guys. PLTR, of course, we go for PLTR. All right, PLTR, guys. You have a quadruple inside week. If we're to print in like inside this range over here, if we get this body, okay, in there, we have a quadruple inside week. This is an explosive move waiting to happen. Okay, this is one of these guys waiting to happen. I want to be here for it. You want to be here for it. Let's get ready for that move to 200 to 210. I think 210 isn't coming quick over here on PLTR once this thing breaks all-time highs of 190. This is a range. You're just going to keep expecting the range-bound action until it stops. You don't really want price to come back down over here, but that has been the floor of this range over here, 171.80 up to 174. If you see it, you can buy it. But, really, breakout imminent. You're consolidating right underneath all-time highs. It's very clearly going to have this explosive move into all-time highs. There you go. Okay. All right, guys. I love y'all. Okay. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was actually a live stream here. I don't know how many likes we got in the video, guys. We normally get 300 to 400 on videos. Let's try and match that at least. We got some nice energy going here in our live here. Either way, okay, I don't know if the likes really pump the live streams. Live streams do not help the YouTube algorithm. Let's look at it this way, okay? There's a big flashy thumbnail there. There's, the nice layout. I mean, I did this live stream in the layout of a video, except at the end of the video, I was, I'm talking to you guys. But I tried to keep it the same, so anybody joining, just clicking on it after the fact, they can follow along it like one of our normal videos and have a good time, okay? But yeah, an hour here, guys. You guys have made this. It's been a blessing. Okay, it's been a nice time here. Nice end to the night. Now, with that being said, guys. Oh, Matthew, my fucking man. Okay, my man. $100. Fucking Christmas. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate you very much. I hit that was easy for you. That's for your trading, buddy. That is for your trading. I bless you. You're gonna have a banging few weeks here. Okay. But yeah, real talk, guys. I do appreciate you guys so much, more than you guys know. Okay. I'm not a mean person. The guy was spamming the chat before, and I couldn't see any of what you guys were seeing on my screen. I couldn't. There were 2 people spamming the chat. But yeah, real talk, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. You guys are a great group of people, and we're going to keep growing this community we got here, our corner of YouTube here. Keep growing it, okay, with these videos we do every day. All right. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night, and I will catch you all tomorrow for the video.